very, very excited to have all of you here today. My name is Tracy. I am the representative of STA League and I'll be your host today. Before we begin, I would like to say thank you for those who have been attending our sessions all this while, showing us your continuous support. And for those who are new here, a warm welcome to all of you. And we hope that you learned something new today about, decentralized finance and what is GeFi, GEMSTONE Finance. Just a heads up to everybody here, we will be recording these sessions for our internal training purposes. So please remember to mute yourself. If you have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat box and our support team will try their very best to answer your questions behind the screen. So let me give you a brief introduction about our speaker today. He is from Australia. He is young, charming, and of course has years of experience in crypto, and he's very, very, very passionate about it. So I believe him after the sessions. So pay attention or pay the price. So are you guys ready? If you are ready, please give me a thumbs up in the chat box. And I just want to see, how many of you are really ready right now. So give me a thumbs up at the chat box. Come on, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes, I need more thumbs up. More, I need more. Come on, guys. Don't be stingy. I just need a thumbs up. All right, without further ado, let us all welcome Iskandar.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Tracy, for the amazing introduction. And thanks everyone for joining today's session. I am Iskandar. I'll be telling you all about decentralized finance and of course the very special project we've launched, GeFi, GEMSTONE Finance, and all the services it provides, like yield farming, NFT marketplace, and blockchain gaming. Along the way, I may ask you some questions, so feel free to participate just by typing in the chat. So I'll start us off with a nice and easy question. If this is your first time here, please type 1 into the chat. If it's your first time here, please type 1. And if you've been here before, please type 2 and send that over to us, so I have a feeling of who's been here and who's a returner, who's continuous support. Okay, quite a few returns, and a couple newbies. That's cool, that's cool. There you go. All right, nice. Okay, and so you have watched that intro video a few times, I hope. We are STA League, and we're a great community that provides a place where people can learn and share knowledge and news about decentralized finance, about cryptocurrency, and of course, to get discussions and updates on GeFi itself. So yeah, let's start us off. It all begins, of course, with the revolution of the internet. Of course, we know that it's a global commercial network and has become a hub for knowledge, information, business, finance, logistics, advertisement. Anyone with a smartphone and internet has access to all of these services, and I think the average phone is a smartphone nowadays, and internet's everywhere. Free Wi-Fi is everywhere. And the way we handle our money has also changed. We've moved closer to a cashless society where we pay for things online or digitally, and some have pivoted their businesses to the blockchain. So of course, we'll go over blockchain and decentralized finance. I know some of you, of course, already know a bit about this, but for those newbies, this is just to keep you up to speed, just in case you don't know, of course. So blockchain, a type of database called a distributed ledger. All information of the blockchain stored on a device on the internet, and these information are stored into things called blocks. So each block contains sets of information, and they're all chained together linearly and chronologically, which means that the Genesis block starts here. The next block to be added will connect to the Genesis block, and so on and so forth. And yeah, the information is stored across a network of computers, across all the computers that can access the internet. And a huge aspect of blockchain is that it's decentralized, which means no third party controls or owns it. So that's one of the advantages. We'll talk about more of the advantages of blockchain. So yeah, decentralized structure, no central authority owns the blockchain. There is no third party intermediary like a bank. It's basically just from one person to another person. There's reduced costs, so there's cheaper fees, cheaper transaction fees, improved traceability. So all your assets are easily traced, and it's all transparent. So this is a very, very nice thing about blockchain, of course, is that you can see any transaction going from anyone to anyone. It's all transparent. You can see everything. And that plays into the trust and security because it's transparent. You can see everything that's happening. You can tell when people are trading with GeFi as well. You can tell when people are buying or selling. You can see exactly how much people are getting and when it's happening. Also encrypted records, so they're all individually encrypted, and identities may remain anonymous. And this goes even as far as owners of certain DeFi projects, for example, as well as cryptocurrency. We technically don't know who made Bitcoin, who founded Bitcoin. We only know their alias, their pseudonym, which is Satoshi. We don't actually know who the real person is. So there's that trust and security for the person as well. And there's increased efficiency with faster transactions, and really, really important, immutability, the irreversible timeline of data, where all validated records cannot be changed or altered without everyone knowing that it's been altered, without it being incredibly obvious that it's happened. Super attractive thing about blockchain. So you can't change a block. You can't change one of those blocks without changing every single block that is ahead of it. So it's incredibly hard. This makes the irreversible timeline of data. And all of these advantages can be seen with DeFi. So if you don't know what DeFi is, of course, it covers the decentralized projects and apps on the blockchain, but it refers to the shift from traditional centralized financial systems to peer-to-peer finance. So I was talking about peer-to-peer, that's just from one person to another without having to go through the banks, right? Without someone having to approve that or move the money for you. It does it for you instead. And yeah, it removes the third parties, and it's mostly on the Ethereum blockchain. And these projects, these DeFi projects, are built using smart contracts that execute operations based on a set of programmed rules. So it's a if or when kind of thing. And DeFi expands on the use of just blockchain, of just your regular cryptocurrency, beyond transferring money. So things have expanded beyond what Bitcoin has provided. So it's not only peer-to-peer transactions, but other financial activities which are also decentralized, or like loans, insurance, and betting. And other applications include like currency exchanges, blockchain gaming, and NFT marketplaces. Here are some pretty famous DeFi projects like PancakeSwap, and there's OpenSea and Chainlink and Aave, all very popular DeFi projects. So let's just compare DeFi to traditional finance to understand its benefits. So here you can see on the left is DeFi, and on the right is a traditional finance like the banks. And you can see the differences here. With DeFi, we've got easy account opening compared to the tedious and time-consuming account opening procedures with banks. Like I've said, it removes traditional financial intermediaries, and this is very cost-saving as well, because banks charge highly because they have their intermediaries between their investors and the investment target. The deposit interest is much higher than with DeFi than in the banks, and the investment funds are under your control. It plays into, of course, what I said with decentralization. There is no third party. There's no one controlling your assets. They're all under your control. And there's no time lock for higher yield funds. So you can go in and out of certain stake pools, which I'll explain later. If you don't know what they are, you can go in any time you want. They're high liquidity assets, and their capital investments can be made anytime and anywhere. So like I said, with the internet revolution, you can access anything with your smartphone and internet. Same thing. If you have a smartphone and internet, you can trade, you can buy, you can sell any token, any coin, anytime, any place. So yeah, super attractive thing is decentralization. And this is a massive thing about blockchain. This is why people are very interested in it. It has all of these advantages over traditional finance. And of course, you have to wonder what the future of DeFi holds. Will it last? So here's an example of the TVL in million US dollars. So this is in May of 2021. This is how much was staked into decentralized finance. A whopping $85 billion was staked into DeFi at a certain point in time, which is a massive, massive amount. It is the number of people investing in DeFi is growing at an incredible amount as well. There was that recent crash, of course, but as things are perking up, a lot more people are coming back on. Some people never left. People kept trading and kept using DeFi projects, kept staking, holding on for dear life, HODL. Very important thing about cryptocurrency. So yeah, TVL represents the number of assets that are being staked. So that is what this is. And now I'll show you the total market cap. So I know some of you have seen this before, but for those that are new, I definitely want to know what you think is the total market cap for all DeFi coins. And I'll give you based on the research done this April. So please type in here how much you think that there has been the total market cap for decentralized finance. Yep. So we've got 150 billion. That's definitely quite a lot. It's a lot of money. Do you guys think that it's that much? Do you think 150 billion is staked, is what the value is for total market cap is? Well, let's have a look. See. So based on some research done in April, it is a $128 billion for DeFi. And this is just a good graph to show you the rise over those few months from February to April. It was down at 40 billion. And then it went all the way in just a few months to $128 billion for decentralized finance. And I just wanted to show you this figure because I wanted to show you that chart. And I wanted to show you that growth that can happen in just a few months, which is colossal. This really is a massive rate of growth. And to put this in perspective, DeFi is only 2% of the blockchain market. And this shows an absolutely huge potential for growth. This is trending, and this is also what will stay. People claim that this is a bubble and that this is only a trend, but no, it can only go up from here. So yeah, and here are some articles. Of course, Bitcoin is coming into US banks. Tesla bought 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin early this year. Banks are keen on Ethereum, and we've got 1.7 million DeFi users that are on Ethereum itself. That's almost 2 million people. And this was just like last month. And the TVL now for DeFi, before it was about 85 billion I had shown you. Now it's hit a record of $157 billion. $157 billion. It was 85 billion just a few months ago, and it's basically doubled in just a few months. What was that? April, right? April, May, June, July, August. That was 4 months. It went up by 2 times to $157 billion. So yeah, you can tell for yourself that this is huge, that this is just going to keep getting more and more popular. This is basically early days. We've gotten early with this kind of stuff. The majority of the world hasn't even gotten into blockchain or cryptocurrency yet. So this is an awesome time to be getting in. All right, now I want to introduce you a special project. If you don't know already, this is GEMSTONE Finance. All right. And if you haven't invested in GeFi yet, today is the day. What are you waiting for? Let me introduce to you and tell you about GEMSTONE Finance. It's a decentralized blockchain ecosystem built on the Binance blockchain protocol called the Binance Smart Chain. And its protocol features a simple user interface built on top of a sophisticated engine that supports pooling with reduced impermanent loss. And it constitutes of 2 important ecosystems, which integrates a lucrative financial vault with staking and yield farming, as well as unique NFT gamification equipped with an extensive marketplace, making it one of the most exclusive DeFi projects in the market. And this is because of its hybrid application. It's got all of these different services. Let's just talk about the tokens for a little bit. It will introduce 2 tokens that will circulate into the entire ecosystem. We've got GEG, so these are your gems. Yep. So you can use these to stake and farm. You can use these to, yield farm. That's what's happening right now. And you can also use these in the future to purchase privileged items on GHub and GGame. GEMSTONEs will be coming soon, and this acts as the main circulation within blockchain games and NFT marketplace, where you can buy, sell, and discover exclusive digital assets like digital collectibles or digital artworks or game items, as well as physical products. And I'll tell you all about NFTs in a little bit. GEG has so far the only one that is released, so let's see how that is performing so far. So let's take a look at the ICO. So we thought that the pre-sale was supposed to run for 1.5 months, right? Just about 45 days. Instead of that, our pre-sale, our SGEG, was sold out in 10 days. Instead of 45, which was what the trajectory was, it was 10 days instead. We went through all 3 phases in an incredible rate. We were super surprised. It sold out beyond our expectations, and it fully sold out. As you can see here, phase 1 was 3 minutes. It took 3 minutes for all of this SGEG to be sold. That was barely any time. A lot of people couldn't get in on that phase 1, even though they tried to get in right when it launched. And you can see here, even with phase 3, it was about 2 days that it took. And in total, that was $1.65 million raised in just 10 days. Incredible start to our journey. Awesome for our launch. This shows that there is very clear early interest. Because this is a huge milestone that we achieved so early, we know that there is this interest in GeFi. And this is only pre-sales. So GeFi had a major launch. So let's take a look at the performance over the last month. So our TVL, which is a good way of kind of indication of how strong this token is or how well it's doing or how many people have GeFi, have GEG. So in just 24 hours after the initial launch, we got $2 million that were staked into the GeFi pool. $2 million in just 1 day. After 1 week, it was over $8 million. And now after this 1 month, it was $11 million. $11 million in TVL, which is amazing. That just shows that that's how much people have bought. And there's at least $11 million worth of GeFi being staked into the pool itself. So people might still have more than just, it might be even more than 11 million in total of how much GEG is actually sold. And this is amazing. Super happy with these results. And, it will take some more time to keep this going and keep this pumping. That's why we need continuous support so that we can grow this community. And so the TVLs grow and so that the community grows as well. So let's just take a look at the ecosystem. The ecosystem consists of yield farming, blockchain gaming, NFT marketplace, and there's a real emphasis on community sharing. So we'll go each of these concepts, and then I'll let you all know how they'll be integrated into the GeFi ecosystem. So first, let's understand what staking, liquidity pools, and yield farming is all about. So staking, these are all the main financial applications, the main way that people are making their money through decentralized finance. So if you want to make some money, then listen closely. As we said before, pay attention or pay the price. So staking is an activity where a user locks or holds their funds into a cryptocurrency wallet to participate in maintaining the operations of a proof of stake based blockchain system. Liquidity pools is a collection of pooled assets that allow traders to buy and sell these assets using this provided liquidity. So what you would do is add an equal value of 2 tokens into a pool. This creates a market, and in exchange of providing your funds and providing this pool of tokens, you earn fees from the trades that happen in this pool. So this is basically the interest. And that's what yield farming is consists of utilizing those pools to deploy these advanced strategies of depositing and moving funds from pool to pool on multiple platforms to take advantage of these interest rates, or what it is here is the highest APYs, the annual percentage yields. So yeah, it's similar. How do you earn interest when your money is stored into a bank? So let's just have a little comparison here. A bank, you might have 4% interest. So your APY is 4%. You stick $1,000, you earn $40. 1 year later, it's $1,040. But if you go on to a decentralized exchange like Pancake Bunny, you'll go for 221%. 221%. I mean, that kind of sounds ridiculous, right? You're basically quadrupling your money here. 1,000, you get $2,000. 1 year later is $3,120 in your bank account, which is amazing. It's just amazing to get. So let's just take a look at what GeFi is offering, our GeFi yield farms. So what they will offer you so far, this is what the staking interface looks like. These are our yield farms. So you can stake into Cake BNB, BNB BUSD, GEG BUSD, and GEG BNB. Here you will get GEG as your reward. So that's what you earn over time when you stake in your 2 tokens, when you pool in your 2 tokens. And if you got it into your pre-sales, you can get your SGEG and basically stake it for GEG, and you have to stake 100% if you want to get all of that. There will also be staking pools for Gemstone when that comes out, and we'll also have community pools and auto compounding pools. The staked LP are all used to stake in PancakeSwap, and we automatically compound yields via PancakeSwap and pay the rewards back to the farm. And that's how we get our APYs and rewards. It's all through PancakeSwap. And as you can see here, we have new pools announcing soon. So we haven't totally announced it yet, what exactly the pools are, but we are letting everyone know that the pools are coming soon. There's going to be 2 different pools that are going to come into the GeFi vault. So get ready to get some more GEG so that you can stake even more into these pools, because in my opinion, it's very good to kind of diversify your pooling. So yes, it's good to stake in your GEG BUSD, but also have a go at staking your Cake BNB, maybe even BNB BUSD. So you're taking advantage of all these APYs as well as different tokens, you know, and Cake and BNB are doing very well. So I would highly advise staking into that, but stake into as many as you want, and the more rewards you get, the better. As you can see here with GEG BUSD, that's 788.15% as your APY, which is amazing. And we are also going to be introducing a single asset pool. So this is where you can just stake your GEG and you will get GEG in return. So this is really exciting. We have these 2 new things that are coming out. If you've missed this in the Telegram chat, then this is here for you. Of course, please pay attention in those Telegram chats, because we are going to be updating you guys with all the information as they come out. As soon as we're told, as soon as we know, we will be giving you this sort of information. So yeah, single asset pool is coming soon, which is super, super exciting. It's growing and growing, which is great. So let's just take a look at this APY again, and I'll show you what you can get with GeFi. So 788%, you'll get 7,880 if you stuck in 1,000, and then you've got $8,880 in your bank account. That's just an example. And here are some of the rewards that you can get. So these are some people who have stuck in a lot in their farm, which is awesome. I'm glad to see that. And these are the kinds of rewards you can get after just a few days. So people are getting it by the thousands, but of course, don't worry if that's not kind of your budget, for example. You can definitely still earn money by having a little bit more of an amount. Even if you have 4,000, you'll still be earning a couple hundreds every few days. And if you've got a few hundred, you'll be still earning at least, you know, at least here, this was just taken after a day. So you're still earning dollars, and this is dollars, you know, this is beyond the ringgit or anything else in Asia or anything. This is like tripling your money almost, if that's how you want to look at it. And one of our members took the time to make some calculations. So this table is based on having $500 in your pool to start with. And this is just based on one APY. Of course, APYs change over time. So this is kind of just a rough look of what you could earn in just a month. And every single day, this is how much you're getting. So you earn this rewards, you stake it back into your farm so that your total deposit has increased by the amount of rewards you got. And therefore, the interest that you earn, higher deposit, higher interest rate, basically, not higher interest rate, but higher rewards because of your interest rate, because of your higher deposit. So $500 here, after 10 days, you've got $100 in profit. And at the end of the month, you have about $400 in profit if you stuck in 500. And this is about in 6 months time. Of course, provided the same APY, this is just a rough calculation. You can use this template. You can do your own calculation, which will be very, very good depending on how much you're put in. But basically, in 6 months' time, your $500 has the opportunity to get to $40,000. Incredible. $40,000 is just incredible. Just generated by basically just sitting there, clicking harvest, putting it back into the pool, and compounding all of your rewards. Incredible results, honestly. Now, this all looks amazing. It feels incredibly good to make money like this at this kind of rate. So, you may be sounding like these APYs are too good to be true, but sometimes there are things that we can't control, and the price of the token may go down, the APY rewards may go down, but it's important that you keep cool and keep a level head. And you do not want to panic sell. It's not smart to panic sell. It's not smart to do anything with emotions here. So, staking in yield farming is a very long-term investment, especially with GEMSTONE Finance. So let's just go over some of the things just to, give you an idea of how to kind of handle yourself in these situations. So yes, it's a long-term investment. There are people who play the short-term game, and that's a reason that the price sometimes goes down, is because people feel that they've profited enough and that they want to sell in the short term to get gains in the short term instead of staying long term, which is what this project is. This is a long-term investment. So yeah, it may seem like you're losing money as well when the price goes down, but that's only really, that's when you're looking at your interface, that's you just checking your total deposit value and your rewards, right? It doesn't mean that your rewards are getting any less. It's not like you're earning it at a different rate, because you earn the same amount of GEG according to the APY, right? So even if the price goes down, if you keep that GEG for when the price does rise, now you have even more, money than you did before. You may have the same amount of GEG, but because it's valued at a higher price eventually, then you have even more. And that's if you hold your gig, right? That's if you hold. If you panic sell, you sell that for a low price, and then once the price rises up and you want to buy back in, well, you've lost your money. You've lost profit by doing that. So you lose out on profits if you panic sell. So you have to look at the big picture. You have to look at the long term. And what's super important is that GeFi is not even 1 month old. It's not even 1 month old. So you can't really judge this project. It's so early. And yeah, it's beyond our control if people have different perceptions in GEMSTONE Finance, but you need to look at the big picture. You need to hold strong and, believe in GeFi. If this is a growing community. STA League itself only has a few hundred members, and there are other communities under the GeFi project that are growing continuously. So this is super, super new, and people will decide to come in and out as they please. But we are encouraging people to hold long term. So once a lot of time passes and we have those kinds of people, then GeFi becomes a lot more stable. The price becomes a lot more stable. It doesn't just fluctuate up and down. It isn't that volatile, So yeah, so those are important things that you need to know. Hold on for dear life. That's a good phrase in cryptocurrency. Hold on for dear life, because you can, as I said, lose out if you panic sell. Check the TVL if you're ever worried. Oh, the price is going down. I'm just going to look at the TVL. And someone asked before, a few days ago, why the price was going down. I checked the TVL, and yeah, the TVL had gone down a little bit. That means some people had sold, and yeah, people are going to do that. That's something that we can't control, at least this early on, but we know that when we grow this community into a solid foundation with long-term investors, then everything becomes a lot more stable, as I've said before. So yeah, do your own research as well before you're investing. Of course, I'm here to tell you all about GEMSTONE Finance. And of course, I want you to hold on GEMSTONE Finance, but don't do it unless you don't really, really, truly understand what's going on and how you're making your money. Do your own research before. Get very comfortable. We don't want you to make any mistakes, because this is your money and you're responsible for it. So you have to be really, really careful about these things. And of course, don't trade with your emotion. Keep a cool and level head. Now, most DeFi projects focus on one concept or service, but GeFi differs itself from the pack by providing multiple services out there, such as NFT marketplace. So is anyone familiar with NFTs? Does everyone know what an NFT is? I'd love to just know in the chat so I know how people perceive NFTs. Does anyone have any of NFTs? I'd love to know if anyone has any NFTs out there. Anybody? No, so none. How much? No one's got NFTs. That's okay. It's a huge space that's getting very popular now. I have a few NFTs under my belt, which is awesome, and you can do all sorts of things with NFTs. So I'll just let you know that they're non-fungible tokens, which means that they're completely unique, can't be duplicated or interchanged or substituted for anything else. For example, a fungible asset's like a $10 note, and that can be substituted for two $5 notes. However, the value of a non-fungible asset like a Pokemon trading card will depend on many factors: its age, its rarity, its condition, for example. So one Pikachu might hold a different value to another Pikachu because of those factors. They're also placed on authenticity. The value is also placed on authenticity, as well as the emotional or personal value that an individual may have when wanting to buy or sell. And they can come in many forms, including digital artworks or game items. So here's an example of some of the collectibles that you can get on OpenSea and Rarible, and they sell for a lot. You can auction these marketplaces are where you can auction, you can store, you can display, and you can trade, as well as create these NFTs. And it's a great way for artists to make money, as you can auction them off for thousands or maybe even millions of dollars. So let's just have a look at some of the NFT popularity right now. So in August, it hit its daily trading volume. OpenSea hit its daily trading volume record high of 78 million. And then it even broke its record of a monthly NFT volume, which was more than $1.5 billion. Another insane achievement for OpenSea. In Malaysia, we've had Red Hong Yi. They sold their Doge to the moon for over 300,000 ringgit. And we also have Cartoon, who sold a collection of NFTs that were worth over 1.6 million ringgit. And this was done in just 24 hours. Amazing for this person. They have earned so much money just from, creating art. Let's have a look at some of these. So here's one by Cartoon, Ape Stand Strong. This was sold for about 1 Ether. They were all sold at around 1 ETH. And so that was around, over 600,000 ringgit for just one of these art pieces. And why they go for so much is because, maybe people respect the person, maybe people just really, really love this artwork, but also because NFTs are very rare. It's not just like unlimited copies of one NFT. It's rare. You only might get one, for example, or like 10. So that's why people spend a lot of money on these things. Red Hong Yi's Doge to the Moon Here you can see there, sold for, as I said, over 300,000 ringgit. And the founder of Twitter created an NFT, which was basically their first tweet ever. And that sold for over 1,630 Ether, which was over a few million US dollars, over a few million US dollars just for that. Just for this, and just because he was Jack Dorsey, just because he's founder of Twitter, he was able to just sell that. It's a tweet. It's a tweet, and someone from Malaysia bought it. So if you think NFTs are crazy, they might be crazy, but it is even more crazy to dismiss their value and to dismiss how popular that they really are. NFTs are massive. So let's have a look at GeFi's marketplace, the Stone Age. So here is a sneak peek at the interface. So this will emphasize digital artworks, artist collections, and gaming items, as well as physical products that are jewelry related, like gemstones, of course. There will also be an NFT creation function, and it has this sort of Stone Age theme to it, based on the Stone Age era, where you can follow the evolution of the prehistoric period up to the technological revolution, where these stones are being created with extensive blockchain technology. And this is where gemstones are going to be used. So that's where you can trade for NFTs, trade your gemstones for NFTs. And Stone Age will combine DeFi and NFT into a single platform. As I've said, this is a hybrid platform where both the DeFi protocol and NFTs will be integrated, creating another level of user experience. So you can see here, there's going to be the homepage, the marketplace. This is going to be cross-chain stores, and then of course your create an NFT right here. So this is going to be launching soon, and we will keep you updated. We will keep you updated in the Telegram, definitely, as well as our Twitter page. So please keep an eye out for that. Pay attention, or pay the price. You don't want to miss out on this, especially as I've told you how popular NFTs are getting. You will want to get in as soon as possible once this opens up, once this finally launches. Okay, we've talked about NFTs and how they can be used as artwork, but they can also be used as game items. So you can get them for games. You can use NFTs in games, and we'll talk about blockchain gaming now. So imagine a game where the rewards you get from winning a battle are cryptocurrency tokens, and they can be traded in for more items. So they can be traded in for NFTs, or you can just exchange them for cash. You can just exchange them for liquid cash. That's right. Your in-game currency will have real world value. And that's what blockchain gaming is bringing to the table. So you can literally earn money by playing games. And here are some of the top blockchain games. Axie Infinity is doing incredibly well. It's basically gone up 10 times its price value in the last month, because it's super, super popular. It's also hit like $1 billion, I believe, in sales and trading with Axie. And Axie Infinity, that's like a battle game, kind of like Pokemon in a way. We've got a sandbox virtual land game in Evolution Land. We've got a real-time strategy card game in Gods Unchained. One of the original NFTs and games was Crypto Kitties, where you breed and trade kittens. And So Rare, which is about a fantasy football card game. So there's a diverse selection of games out there, and you can always earn money by playing them. And so with GeFi, we will be announcing our games in the coming months, but we are going to happily boast collectible card games, farming games, and battle games where you can collect, farm, or battle your opponent's NFTs and gain NFTs in this way, and of course, earn money by doing so. Which I think is an amazing. I play Axie Infinity every day, so I'm earning at least 50 SLP every single day. And eventually I will trade in all my SLP when I believe that the price of SLP has gone up to the amount that I would like for it to go up, so that I earn an amazing profit. Yeah, so now that we've gone through all the applications and services provided by GeFi, let's go through how they sustain their ecosystem. So we've talked about this hybrid platform, how there's tokens in all services. And we also have this massive emphasis on community. So we've got an affiliate program, and we've got opportunities for people to become community leaders. So let's talk about the affiliate program. So you can see here that we have this campaign, this affiliate program. It pays to have friends. So that's the name of the program. And it's where participants are encouraged to spread the word of GeFi, promote it through any given social media or channels of promotion, even just to your friends. And you use your referral link here. So you can see that there's a referral link that when you share your link to someone and that they haven't registered yet with GeFi, when they register with your link and they start using it, the pools, and they start harvesting, every time your referee harvests from the vault, you will get a 10% of the performance fee allocated to you. So every time your friend's harvesting, you're earning even more money. So you're not just passively earning income with yourself staking and with yourself harvesting and compounding your rewards, but when your friends do it as well, when they have used your link, you're also getting a percentage of that performance fee whenever that's harvested. So this is great. There's also these additional 10% on top of your airdrops. And if your affiliate is a participant in our Key Opinion Leaders program, there is an additional 10% on top of that. So there's, a real emphasis on community and sharing within the GeFi universe. So let's talk about the community leaders as well. So this community-driven concept is a developmental initiative that provides control of the development process, resources, and decision-making authority directly to groups in the community. So, we have this opportunity for people to be community leaders. Why is that? Well, this is so we can build interest and a commitment and a mega community, right? I've said before, this is a long-term investment. And building communities is the best way to ensure that if people grow this community, if they help grow this community and stay within this community, then GeFi will keep doing really, really well. GeFi will keep growing, and you'll be earning passively for years to come. And we want people to build their own communities as well. We want separate communities to go because people have their own styles of marketing and recruiting. So you can have your own unique governance. You can grow your own group and manage your members. All the while these separate groups grow, they integrate to help each other under the GeFi project. So every one of us is helping every single person. Every community is helping the other community. And of course, for further incentives, community leaders and key opinion leaders get rewards from their referrals when staking. Will also be in the future, GeFi will have a voting page where users can use who have GEG or gemstones to vote on decisions within the community. So that's a decentralized autonomous organization. That's what a DAO is. So the more GEG or gemstones staked by any participants, the higher the influence you'll have in the ecosystem. And so if you really want to know more on how to be a community leader, if you want those benefits of being a key opinion leader as well, then please reach out. Please ask us. Please ask the admins in STA League after this or in Telegram. Please ask if you want to learn more on how to become one. So now you have an idea of the ecosystem. Let's just have a look at the coverage that we've got so far. So Phase 1 happened and boom, Yahoo Finance had just released an article about us because of, as you can see, our pre-sale offering was sold in a record 3 minutes, 7 seconds from the launch, as I had shared with you before. And so Yahoo Finance decided to talk about GEMSTONE Finance. Awesome coverage for us before we even properly launched. And this goes beyond with Market Watch, Opera News, and Intrado. And not only that, but we are also listed on CoinSniper, where you can vote on things, as well as get our contract address, as well as check the charts if ever you want to know more about how the chart's going and the trading as well. We're also on Coin Hunters and Coin Mooner. So you can also, you'll need these token contract addresses when you're exchanging your GEG for BUSD or BNB or anything. And that is, of course, when you're a GeFion. So once you've registered, and if you haven't registered, well, I'll tell you exactly how to register. You go to gefi.club, head over to Let's Get Our Party Started, join our community, Follow our GeFi on Twitter, Discord, Telegram. View our Gitbook. This is super important for our Gitbook. Has all of the information of GEMSTONE Finance if you ever need it. And here's your register page. Please check in the BSC address. It has to be exactly the same one. Please don't make that mistake, or else you'll register under a fake or a wrong address, and you might not have access to funds. And once you have registered, you log on, go to invite here, and you'll be shown to your referral link. So you can share your QR code with your friends, or you can just copy the link and send it to your friends. And that's how you can get your friends, your mates, your family to register using your link. And therefore, you'll be getting those 10% harvesting rates every time that your friends or your referees have harvested, which is amazing benefits. So if you're still on the fence, let me highlight all the benefits to you. Once again, of course, passive income by staking your tokens into the farm. It's also all in one service, so you can earn tokens by playing our games and get compensated from creating and trading NFTs once those two things have officially launched. Here, of course, community rewards for life. The 10% you earn from your friend's harvest lasts for as long as they use GeFi. Since we're going to be long-term yield farm, you can bet that it will last for a long time. This is a knowledge sharing community. This is a massive community, and you can participate in sharing knowledge and news about crypto. You'll learn about decentralized applications, price actions, DeFi concepts, and much more. Please don't be afraid to ask questions if you aren't sure on anything, because we have experts that will be more than happy to help. We want to help you grow. And most of our team members are very successful businessmen, so they know what they're talking about, and they have moved into a GeFi because they see this potential, and they know that the world is heading into blockchain and decentralized finance. So there is a lot of smart people that have entered this, that are behind GeFi, that will be very happy to help. Another thing to note is this is staying ahead of the curve. You have to stay ahead of the game, you know. And I will explain to you what I mean like this. So the performance and fate of businesses during the pandemic in the real world, you know, we know that they're suffering. We know that even big companies are facing a hard truth. So to stay ahead of the game, and this may surprise you, especially because they were against crypto at some point, but JP Morgan is now allowing investments in Bitcoin. They are opening up their investments to Bitcoin. Not only that, but the richest family in the world, one of the richest families in the last centuries that have stayed rich, the Rothschilds, are also investing in crypto projects. They're also investing in funding crypto projects. And if that doesn't tell you this is serious, I don't know what will. You know, they've got all the money in the world and still want to buy a piece of this crypto pie. So you know that this is super serious. We've also got fashion brands like Louis Vuitton and Burberry diving into NFTs and online gaming because they've had to have a shift, you know. A lot of stores, a lot of fashion boutiques are closing down because of this pandemic. And here's the LV game. So that looks pretty awesome. Looks really cool. Of course, these things for different companies can be more than just a game. They can be used as a place to showcase. For example, LV can showcase all of their fashion stuff, right? They can showcase their bags and their outfits and everything. Is an amazing way to kind of stay ahead of the game. It's very smart of them to be doing this. This goes to show that this way of business is the future. And, you know, we don't know when the pandemic will end. We don't know when things go back to normal. So this is the best time to be getting into crypto. Right now is the best time. You just can't wait anymore. So please come and join us and explore this cool digital world. And here's the Burberry Shark. Here is the GeFi verse. So as I've said, we are a mega community. We are part of STA League, but there's also Rice, G5, CKOL, OTG, and Sixnim. These are big communities under the GeFi brand. We're also international. We've got 10,000 members now. We've got 10,000 members in Telegram and following us on Twitter. This is a huge milestone. We are growing. This is awesome stuff. I'm very happy about this. We're slowly growing. These are the amount of people that are getting into our community. We are just a month old, so super stoked that we've hit this milestone, this 10,000 people milestone, and we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep growing. That is for sure. And yes, as I've said, here's the international mega community. We've got people in Malaysia, the UK, Australia, Japan, the United States, Hong Kong, all over the world now. So as it grows across the world, more and more people will also get to know about GeFi. So, get in before it really starts pumping, and you'll be earning even more money than you could have even imagined. So here is our community. Here are all the links. So I will go back to this shortly. But here's our Telegram, our Reddit, Discord, and our Twitter. The important ones, of course, we've got the GeFi community stuff, as well as the STA League, Telegram, and Twitter. You can register and stake on these two links for GeFi. And this is the GitHub. So this will tell you all the information of GeFi that you ever really want to know. It's all on there. So info.ge.finance. Now, I just want to leave a little bit of a warning, a little bit of advice before you guys go, because this is super sensitive stuff, because this is your funds. This could be thousands of dollars that you're investing, maybe even millions, depending on who you are. But it's super important to be aware of all of these things. Beware of scammers. Okay, guys, beware of scammers. There are people that might try to ask you your address or your personal information, all of that stuff. They might be posing as admins, as well as admins of certain communities. Don't fall for that stuff. We won't DM you first unless we've already started a dialogue, a conversation on Telegram. We're not going to be just asking you or contacting you first. We'll mostly talk into the Telegram group. But if you want a question, if you have a question, ask in the group or ask the admins directly as well if you're unsure of anything. So never share personal or sensitive information. Keep your passwords and your phrases safe and secret. Please enable two-factor authentication to all of your wallets. So basically, this means when you enable 2FA, you have to have a code sent to your email and or your phone in order to log into your account. So you add your password as well as the code that you get. There's also going to be people who are offering random airdrops. Now, there are projects that do offer airdrops. If you do see those kinds of things, please check their official platforms, like their official Twitters or their official Telegram groups. Always ask if these airdrops are for real. And if you're not sure and you want to ask us, please ask the admins as well. These random airdrops and these scammers, they're out there to steal your money, to steal your passwords, so that they can get all of the tokens that you have and steal them. And most importantly, don't panic. Keep it cool and don't trade with your emotions. This is very important, as I've highlighted to you before. So yeah, I just want to leave you with a word of warning, just so you are super careful with all of your funds. As I said, this is very sensitive, and you need to keep an eye out for these things. You are responsible for where your funds go. You are in total control. So it's really up to you to how secure and safe that you want to be with it. So that's just my advice. And that's also the end of our presentation. I just wanted to leave you with that. Hope that you guys have learned something. Hope that you guys who have returned have understood some things that you may not have before, and gotten some of the updates that are coming up. Thank you so much for attending this session. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, please start staking and earning those rewards through GeFi. It's an awesome project, and I'm having fun making money, so you can too. Next week, so I know that some of you have definitely heard me talk about all of this before, but next week we are going to be introducing a new kind of session. Of course, we still have new people coming in, so we would like to have these kinds of presentations, but we're also going to be introducing a Q&A, FAQ kind of ask me anything presentation, a sharing session. So if you have any other questions, you're feel free to ask there. I'll also be kind of delving into other particulars, things that you might not understand, like what is the Binance Smart Chain, what are smart contracts, and all of those kinds of things as well, to give a sort of better understanding of blockchain technology, as well as the services that surround it, that encompass it. So yeah, if you have any questions now, please ask, please go ahead. We'll have the team behind the screen, and I'll also try and answer some questions. So ask in the chat, and then we'll tend to it. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. I'll leave the links up here if you don't have them already. And yeah, thanks guys.